Making sure we are recording. Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Beth Coffey with Chicago Title, and I am here, so excited, back again with Cindie Brooks and with Annie Bride, and you're going to get to know so much more about them. I know that Cindie is completely prepared, as she always is, with maybe a starter question. How about that, Cindie? What do you?
Well, I will have a starter question, but I just want to say how thrilled I am to be with two quintessential Austinites. Because
so sweet.
What I love the
legend.
most about the USA is that Austin, Texas is in it. Seriously.
What a great shirt.
Yeah.
What a great shirt. I mean, come on.
So
you got it.
I hate to bring this up, but it is a question I'd like to ask both of you. I was going to save it to the end, which would have been more appropriate, but I will just shoot it out right now.
Perfect.
So I just remember a continuing education class we did at Chicago Title. It was a probate attorney. I hosted this class, and there was a wonderful group of real estate agents. And the young attorney sat down and he said, "Isn't this great? We all have something in common." And everybody just looked at each other. And he said, "Do you know what it is?" And they just said, "We're all going to die." Which obviously was the lead into probate. But everybody, it was the greatest icebreaker.
Oh, yeah.
So it's true. I mean, we're sitting here. This
There
is
it is.
a great moment.
Sure.
We will never have this particular moment again in our life.
True.
That's right.
So is there something from this day forward to the end, because we know it's coming,
Sure.
that you would like to do, that you've not done in your lifetime?
Okay, I have my answer because I've been working on this.
Really?
I do. But I'm going to pitch it to you, Annie.
I grasp it every day. So if there's something I want to do, I grab it and I do it. There's a lot of places I want to still travel to, but that's just because I love to travel. But if there's something I really want to do, I mean, as simple as, ooh, look at that hotel pool. By the time I jump in, I'll be wet, and that's what my whole thing is. To something as big like, oh my gosh, there's Robert Rodriguez, and I'm going to go say hello. I mean, that's just got to do it.
Oh, no. What an attitude.
Yeah.
Annie,
So I don't have a bucket list per se.
that's the key, darling, to a very happy life, day by day, moment by moment, because that's what we've got.
I mean, I think, and I think what really, a lot of things fill my soul, but it's more helping other people, doing
There
for
you
other
go.
people.
Yeah.
That's
I have
Annie.
to stop my car if I see something crazy going on or whatever, and I might not be the smartest sometimes, not knowing where not to jump in, but I still do it. Knock on wood. So far, I've been safe, and it's worked.
And she would
Well,
do
and
it
don't
for-
you feel like Austin helps that thrive within you? Because I feel like we could take you and put you on Mars, and you're going to be you on Mars, and you're going to figure it out. But I feel like you've chosen Austin, and Austin chose you.
I chose Austin. I chose Austin because of the trees.
Right.
Well, actually, back in the 70s when I moved here, a friend called me. I was just traveling around in a pickup truck and a camper, actually, all over the country, staying in national forests and KOA campgrounds.
Okay, that's groovy.
Well, but then my buddy Cliff Kirkendall, not related to Karen, called and said, "You always told me if I found an apartment to let you know." And I was like, "What do you got?" "It's $80 a month, and it's above Jeffrey's restaurant." And I said, "What's the deposit?" And he said, $40. And I said, "Put the 40 down. I'll see you Friday." And that's how I got to Austin.
Okay.
But I
Wow.
always knew it because I had big brothers and sisters that came to Austin. So I'd come up here for a concert with boyfriend and all that stuff from South Texas. And my mother always was right there. I'd be like, "No, I'm going to go there someday for sure, for good." And I did. So here I am, Yeah,
Annie.
I love Austin.
Annie, you were so Austin.
And now, I do write poetry about Austin because I got a lot of old hippie friends that are like, "Oh, it's not my town anymore." No, it's not. These kids, it's their town.
Yeah.
And we just either embrace it or be a curmudgeon. And who wants to be a curmudgeon?
Absolutely.
Yeah, not it.
So not fun.
No.
Yeah.
So, man, there's so many cool things going on in Austin that there's just no way to shut this down. We couldn't keep it a secret forever.
Absolutely
No,
great
This was
perspective.
too
That's a really good point.
cool.
Yeah. couldn't keep it a secret.
No.
Yeah. So what about you, Beth?
Well, I love your question. So to rephrase, it's like, what is, since we know where this is some of our last days, we
Yeah.
could maybe say it that way. I really love history, and I love history of Texas. We're all Texas
Right.
girls.
Right,
Well,
right.
Louisiana.
Well,
but
I've been
Tex-
here way longer
Right?
than
Right,
anywhere
than in
else.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
And I've been really working on, I think y'all were both in my life whenever I did the Texas Two-Steppers, 2000 Two-Steppers at the Capitol. That was cool. Yes, that's right. I'm in the Guinness Book of World Records. I know books. Who knew we would talk about books?
And she just got back from Amsterdam.
Dancing.
I
Yes.
love it.
But I am going to work with our government to try to change the Texas two-step to be the state dance of Texas. Because right now it's, what do y'all think it is right now?
The waltz.
Which would be fine, but
Yeah.
no.
Tango. Some crap like the tango. What do we got?
Salsa?
No, y'all are great. It's square dance.
No.
And that doesn't make sense.
Oh, the guys that still
Well, there's just like
wear the dresses and all that. do the
yes,
square dancing.
and the like
And it is-
do-si-do
they've
and
been
do.
hanging on to that. Oh my goodness.
It's got to change.
It's
got to
gotta
change.
Wow.
You heard it here first.
Tell us
Mark
what we
your
can vote.
calendar.
Tell us
I
what
will.
we can
We're
vote.
going to vote on it. We're going to petition.
And
I
yes,
don't-
we're going to be there at the
We're going to do it in the Capitol
announcement.
again.
Yeah,
Announce
when
it,
the,
yes.
when the, yeah,
Proclamation.
the proclamation.
So
Exactly.
that's just
Love it.
that's my 25, 26 goal. I'm saying this now so that I can hold myself
Yeah.
right, that accountability, right? So
Yeah.
now y'all are on my
Wonderful.
team.
Right. Oh my
But
gosh.
Oh,
that's just
yeah.
one. There's more, but that's attainable goals.
No kidding. This is great, and
Yeah.
it's great for Texas. too.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go back just to a little bit to the fact that I love that you were nomadic. And I have so many friends now. They call it different words, right? You got to be cool and live in a van and go as the wind blew you. And now it's like, because so many people have jobs that let them move
Right.
and work from anywhere. And as an agent, you're helping people figure out that space that used to be a sunroom and now it's an office.
Right.
Right. So, and now they're all called like nomadic, tech nomadic,
digital
workers.
nomads.
Digital nomads.
Digital.
That's the word. Yeah.
I know a lot of them.
Right. And y'all are both like working with them, having them be like, look, you could live anywhere in the world. So you're living in Austin. So I love that.
This has been kind of a crazy year for real estate in so many ways. I mean, I'm very fortunate I'm so busy. However, I really have done half of the appointments I've gone into, I've said, you don't need to move.
Right.
You need to stay right where you are. And this is good.
Is that your superpower?
No, superpower to me is what makes me grow. Superpower to me is what builds me up, is what allows me to continue doing what I do every day, which sometimes sucks your soul, and then other times it really fills your soul.
Right.
But so my superpower has always been writing and reading, playing my guitar, that kind of stuff, with people, with friends, and with just impromptu gatherings,
Okay.
and just let's do it. And that's always what's fed me.
And I think that's why y'all are such good friends, is because like I think, and I'll let you answer, but I
Yeah.
think your superpower, I think you're a connector. I
She's
think
such
that
a connector.
love, we've talked about like how love has
Yeah.
brought you happiness and abundance. And I really feel like that's your superpower. But you can, but maybe not. Maybe,
Well,
maybe you have another one.
It's kind of part of the blue zone
Right.
effect. Community is very important. Just like
right.
Annie said, sometimes it sucks your soul, but it feeds it as
So
well.
important.
And if you can help other people and connect other people, it's a wonderful feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've always been so great at that, though.
Well,
Just phenomenal. Yoga, through
Pickleball.
walking,
pickleball,
pickleball.
walking the town lake.
Yeah.
She's a staple at Mozart. She's a
Wonderful.
staple.
Well, it's that curious as a 3-year-old. I mean, it's because I want to do all those things, so I want people
Sure.
to join me. Yeah.
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 And so sustainability is something that I've been like reading a lot about, and in Austin, and they're really trying to work hard on, and you may be able to speak to this, about all the different things that they offer in houses now, keeping their house sustainable or trying to live a little bit more sustainable. Is there something that you have gotten a chance to do?
I actually love working with young people.
Okay.
Like we were talking about
Yes.
married.
Oh, like us.
Because they,
Oh, yes, that's
Well,
us,
that's
of
us. Oh,
course.
how
it's
nice.
just amazing how what they bring to the table as far as sustainability. I mean, my dad was a green architect before there were green architects.
Wow,
And so I kind of grew
wow.
up thinking, how do you conserve? And I mean, and I'm old. But years ago, my mother's like, "Do I hear the water running?" I mean, it was you just saved for future people, not you. It wasn't about you. It's about the future, and it's about people having enough resources for the future. So that means saving here in any way. You know, I mean, I'm real curious about those 3D houses. I want to see them stand the test of time. You know,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
those modular homes they built over off of Manor, Lavelle Street. Those guys did those two. Another developer did those 2-story duplexes through there, but the neighborhood behind was actually modular homes,
Right.
Yeah.
and they're still standing.
And they're there.
That's like Walmart's built.
Right.
Just slap the walls up and
Sure.
put the roof on. Well, they look great.
And do you mind if I correct you?
What?
You are not old.
I
You,
love
my sweetheart, are chronologically enhanced.
There.
Oh,
I love that.
I bought that word, and you may use it. You
Oh,
may
I
use
will.
it, and
Oh, yeah.
you may use it.
Chronologically enhanced.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
You know, I just started a poem that was called Angry Middle-Aged Woman.
No.
And I thought, you're really not middle-aged. Middle-age is in the 40s and 50s, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm chronologically
Enhanced.
Enhanced.
Yes.
I
That's
love
it.
that.
That's the word.
love
That's
it.
what
This
you
is it.
are. Yeah. Yeah.
That works.
Yeah. You'll be there someday.
Well, but I love having this, you know, I really enjoy being a mentor and I love getting to have mentees. And I do feel like part of that community is that it's ageless.
Yeah.
It
I
can't
love it.
just be the older and the younger. It can't. And I love that that's something that y'all both like recognize in each other.
I've often thought one of my favorite things to do is just literally sit with a new realtor for free and just because I remember when I started, a lot of people were really negative.
And tell Beth when the day you
Oh,
started
the first day
real
of my
estate.
full day of real estate, I had my license, but I still was in publishing. I was always in books. And so my first day was 9/11.
Wow.
Wow.
That morning was a Tuesday morning, and Stanberry and Associates was having a big company-wide meeting, and they'd waited for me for 6 months. So I was like, I have to go,
Right.
even though my job with Oxford University Press was in the World Trade Center. And so we would go up to meetings. So when that thing went down, it was like, oh my gosh, I need to make some calls. And I thought, no, I've got to go to this thing this new career
New
that I've
thing.
started
Yeah.
and not look back.
Oh,
And I do remember my husband saying, you know, I don't know about this. And I said, excuse me, get off my cape. Right now. I'm going.
Get off my cape. I love it.
That's what
Wow,
he said.
Annie. Wow.
When someone's bringing it down, get off my cape.
Yeah.
You're not going to fly to the moon with me. But I do love talking to new realtors and giving them inspiration, giving them a real guideline to be able to do their thing without being discouraging. It's so simple.
Yes.
yeah.
But if they go to meetings and they talk to their colleagues, the older ones, and I mean, as in business, they always love to say something negative, like, oh, you better have something else going on, because when this stops, it really stops.
Right.
No, you don't look back. You have faith in yourself that you can do it, and you keep on going forward.
You know, one thing I discovered from the younger generation, which, by the way, I think they should have multi-generational housing.
Absolutely.
Instead of I think
Yeah.
Agreed.
they learn from you, I learn from them,
Right.
vice versa.
that,
So the one thing I learned in real estate is that to purchase a home today, it's a little challenging in Austin. But if you think of how you can make money on that property through peer space, through Airbnb, through Furnished Finder, even if it's a room for a nurse that's traveling,
Right.
there are so many ways. Swimply, there's so many ways to make money on the purchase of a home. And I really encourage these younger kids.
love it.
You know, don't take the big vacation, don't buy the big car, get the house first. Even if it's something you won't want forever, get that investment and make money
That's
And you've
great.
been doing that. You've been doing
Well, yeah.
I think you've dabbled in a lot of it.
Yes, I still do.
Right.
Yeah, I still dabble in.
And do you do you feel like it, I like to say, fills your cup? Do you get to
Well-
meet some interesting people or just cool experiences?
Because I am still at this chronologically enhanced state of life, responsible for 2 adults that I support. Yes, that's how it helps.
All of it.
Yeah, it helps fund.
Well, it's a creative way to make
Yeah.
money.
Oh, and it's great. You
Yeah.
know, right now I have a traveling nurse in one of my properties, and I've got another guy in the back that I taught pickleball the other day. I mean, it's it's fun. Yeah. Yeah.
That's great.
Oh, I just think that's fantastic.
Yeah. Well, for realtors, know the people that are short-term
Right.
Oh yeah.
because they're a lot of times they're just coming to Austin on a whim and they want to move here, and they may want to do that.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a great tactic.
Also, you get the clients who call you and say, "We're moving.
Yeah.
We had a grandbaby or something."
Right.
And I say, "I just helped you buy 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now
Well,
what?"
it happens. Yeah. Do you feel like when both of y'all have been in this market for a number of years, do you feel like people are still living in the home for that 15 years or that 30 years?
Excuse me. A lot of my clients are,
Okay.
and I think the interest rates are a big part of that.
Okay.
A lot of people are staying put. Mm-hmm. And it's okay because what that means is they're not getting bigger. They don't think they have to have a bigger life,
Right.
bigger house,
Sure.
any of that. They're actually, it's just weird to say, but the interest rates have made people happy where they are in a way.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're just there. And I love my younger clients who wanted a big yard because I was one of those kids. I went, I'm not buying until I have a ballpark. And I did. My dad,
Places for
the
the
architect,
dogs.
was, my God, this house is awful. But look at the yard, Dad. And he goes, you don't buy it for the lot. Oh, yes, you do. You know.
Yeah.
And that was way before my real estate license, of course. But I love it because I'll help them buy these pieces of property, on East Side, and then they've got a mini farm.
Wow.
And they've got people coming. They're so inventive as far as community gardening and all of that. So they're actually making the community come together and work this piece of land. And it's just amazing to me.
It's just
Goats and chickens and everything. It's just so cool. One of my favorite clients is Central Texas Pig Rescue. Every time they need to buy another place, they call me, and I've watched them evolve from a backyard farm in 4-5
Yeah.
to 26 acres out in Bastrop.
It's amazing.
And they're amazing, and they do it for the love of these pigs like
Yeah.
nobody I've ever seen. It's just so wild. It's so cool.
Oh, that is so cool. Yeah.
I love that they
Life is
found
good.
you and you found them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, they're just wonderful
But
people.
you have also seen the markets do this before, and what happens? It comes back in a rage.
It was Jim Runnels that mentored me, and he's long gone off this earth. I'll never forget the stuff he said. Because 9/11
yeah.
froze
Yeah.
the market.
Yeah. Oh,
It
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
freeze
Big
me.
time.
I went and traded in my big old 66 Impala, and I got a real car for real estate, and a Suzu, of course. I can't, I wasn't a Lexus or anything.
Right, right.
And I mean, I was going forward. I was not going to be deterred. And I remember my first listing was in Kyle, and it was a guy that called on 9/11, and he's like, nobody called me back. Nobody called me back. And I said, do you know what happened today? He goes, no, I sleep days because I have a night job. And I said, you look at the news and then give me a call back and see if you want to meet with me
Move forward,
this
right.
week. And he's like, yeah, I do. And that young man, I remember we listed the house, and then he got so excited. It was a red brick house with dark green trim. It was in really great shape. And I pulled up with a photographer, and he had painted the driveway green because he had extra paint. And so he decided, this looks really good.
This is what
it's so much cleaner. And I said, what happened here? Do you know what it's going to look like after the cars go over it and all this kind of stuff? Do you see any other painted driveways? And I was so new, just thinking, how am I going to do this stuff, man? And I actually made him paint it out. And he painted it gray over the green.
Over the green.
And I mean, I'm sure it started peeling and coming out later on, but we were long gone. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. And then it was really quiet. But Jim Runnels said, you know what? doesn't matter what the market is. There's always somebody needing to buy and sell. And that's what I found.
Every person you see walking around needs a roof over their head.
Needs a
of
roof
some
over
sort.
their head.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's one of those things, if somebody says, yeah, I'm not into buying right now, but, you know, and if they have a really good soul, I'll lease all day long too.
Yeah.
And you don't make anything on it. I don't know how these leasing agents just do that. I really commend them. I mean, it's crazy. But if I meet someone and they go, nobody calls me back or something, I go, oh God, I'll help you. I'll help you.
Yeah.
And I meet the greatest people that way too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've talked about that you wear a cape. No, teasing. I love it.
All the time.
Yeah.
I would love to know, do you have some sort of success story that you're like, nobody would have been able to figure this out but me, Annie?
That's so tough. I think every day is a success story.
Of course, the right answer.
I mean, I just think every day is. I mean, I've done some insane stuff, some phenomenal stuff, and I'm still standing.
Right.
And so, you know, I mean, that's success in itself. Getting to 66 is success.
Yeah.
It's success to me is making other people happy. And, you know, that can be flawed. I mean, seriously flawed. But I grew up with a mom that was like, you've got to have compassion. If you don't have compassion. And so, you know, you end up having compassion for people and often putting them ahead of you. So it doesn't work out all the time.
Right.
But that's what therapy's for.
Right. There you go.
That's what therapy back when was for, to figure that part out.
So you've seen the really old Austin, you know, from early days in a lot of places.
Absolutely,
gone.
party down.
When you see Austin now and what looks like the trajectory is ahead, what are you seeing?
I still see small town mentality trying to be big city.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do. And we can build all these big buildings and everything, but we're still Austin, Texas.
That's great.
And so I think it's fine. I think,
Even with the Waymos and all the, you know, all this.
yeah, you know those. I wave.
Right.
I mean, a lot of my younger clients are, how dare them? They're filming everything. They're videoing us. And I wave. You know, hey, every time they go by. But I do that with a Tesla too. You know.
Yeah.
They have cameras all over them. So I go, hey, how's it going? You know, and but I've always loved old cars too. So it's like there's a 67 Corvette or something. I won't touch it, but I will hand my phone to a stranger. Take a picture of it.
Oh,
Take a picture
whoa.
of it. And how many pictures I have of me? And not my car, but it sure looks like my car, you know. Yeah.
Oh,
But I
and
just think every day you got to celebrate life, man. And I really do. You know, this is because I'm fortunate enough. I don't have to work with people who come along,
Right.
who want to work with me, perhaps, or have been sent to me by somebody. If I get some vibe, and with me, it's all about energy. If I get some, you know, negative energy or something, I'm thinking, or if they're not quite telling the truth, and we're supposed to be a team, or how am I going to help you? I can say, you know, very gently, I just don't think I'm the realtor for you.
yeah.
And that is extremely fortunate, because I think in real estate, a lot of people get caught up in, I have to take it, I have to do this, I have to get a check. And that's really dangerous.
I think
big
that is a
mistakes that
superpower,
way.
is being able to say no, being able to set a
Great
boundary.
superpower.
Just being able to be like, this is
This is just not going to work, right?
And how do you think technology is affecting you or real estate at all?
Hadn't affected me at all.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not looking at Zillow or Redfin or anybody taking any clients from me.
I remember the Wall Street Journal a few years back said that is the one profession that technology can't take away. I mean, it can change a lot of things in real estate, but not that relationship between the realtor and client.
And when I was
Yeah.
in my first class, I remember the teacher said, how many of you think you're going to make it? And I raised my hand. And he was like, well, you know what? 3/4 of you aren't. It's that negative stuff
Negative stuff,
I was talking about. And I thought, oh, well, whatever. You don't know me and I don't know you.
Yeah.
And that was his thing. He was like, you know, the thing is, you people need to understand it's feast or famine. And it was just all this stuff that I never encountered when I got into it. Never hear that stuff. You hear it from people who are negative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who wants to hang with negative people? That's not fun. No. So, yeah, I mean, I think Austin's changing, dramatically.
Yeah.
like I said, I write poetry about this.
Yeah.
This is something that is inevitable. And if you don't embrace it, you can find yourself in that curmudgeon mode.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of 80-year-old
Good
friends.
point.
I've got friends that are 30 all the way up to 85.
Yeah.
And only one or two are real curmudgeons. And I look at them all the time and go, no, it ain't your time, baby. Let's have another drink and enjoy it.
Right.
Because 30 years from now, these young people out there are going to go, this ain't Austin. This ain't my Austin. Just like you're
It's
doing.
just,
and
it's
like,
the turn of
no,
time.
It's the
Absolutely.
turn of time.
Yeah.
And we are growing in great ways, I think.
Yeah. And
We have a real skyline downtown now.
oh, yes. Yes.
We never had one.
And a train, a passenger train.
Yeah.
I'm such a
Passenger
fan
train,
of
yep.
our passenger train.
Yep.
Easy to get on. You can buy. You go in, sit down, and
More
buy a
of 'em.
ticket right then and there.
If I had one to San Antonio, I'd be going down there
And
to the brewery, all sorts of fun stuff. The Pearl, all that fabulous stuff.
yeah, the expanded population has actually brought us old timers a lot more things, a lot more
Chronologically,
opportunities.
it
Yeah,
has.
yeah. No, but it has. Yeah. What are some of your favorite spots?
Oh, man. Well, hold on. You talking about food?
Oh, just landmarks, favorite spots.
I still love every park in this town.
Yes.
Yeah.
I moved here because of the trees. The trees are just so phenomenal, and they look so sad. They're looking like like they're having a little problem. But
Is
that
that
means we
heat
got to
or
plant
drought?
a tree.
What do you think
It's
that is?
both. I think it's
Okay.
drought, and it's those freezes.
Oh, those were.
Oh,
hard.
yeah.
Those
were
freezes were
rough.
so hard on them, and they were already drought in such a drought. So I think they're all splitting, and of course you've got all these ash trees that are sycamores, ashes, pecans. Even they don't live that long.
Yeah.
Pecans get disease. The others live. We call them young trees. They live to about 50, 60 years, and they start falling apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what we're seeing a lot of too. But that's why we need to plant trees.
There we go.
So wherever you are, plant a tree.
Exactly. Yeah.
You get free ones from the city.
Yeah.
And think about it. I mean, I planted an oak in my front yard in 90-something. No. In 2000, because my husband's van is sitting in the driveway behind it, and it was a 2000 van. And that tree is this big around now.
Wow.
It canopies like this, and I have a living room under it.
Oh,
And
how
where people
lovely.
walk by and they can't even see us.
The shade. Oh,
The
how
shade is
wonderful.
phenomenal. It's 10 degrees cooler
Of
under
course.
that tree. And I have bird feeders.
We are blessed with beautiful parks in Austin,
and
Texas.
yes, I mean
Yeah.
we have always loved our parks. I want to keep taking care of them.
Yeah.
So I get a bag. I have a poker, and I get a bag, and I will go up Airport Boulevard and pick up trash. It's just, it breaks my heart when I see trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
When I see a plastic bag in a tree, God, man, if it's low enough, I'm going to grab it or go home and grab something to grab it
Yeah.
if I can.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's not a bad habit for all of us to partake
Instead
in.
of
Be just a little
complaining.
part of it instead of
Well, I
complaining.
mean, I complained. Excuse me,
Yeah.
guys. I complained so long, like, walking my neighborhood. I never saw trash like this. I quit complaining and get a bag and pick it up then.
Yeah,
just go do it.
Go do it.
Do it.
Yeah. And so that's what I do.
Yeah.
But as far as places, my gosh, I mean, Hyde Park Bar and Grill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still one of my faves because I used to bicycle there, I mean, I like all the old spots. My God, I love to find new spots.
Yeah.
I went to Loud Bar,
Loud bar.
to LAO''D bar next to Sign Bar
Okay.
the other
Oh.
night, and the food was amazing. It's just like a little funky place that this Laotian guy owns it.
Sure.
And he also does a podcast called Chef to Chef. So
Cool.
went there to see him interviewing the guy with this new Caribbean restaurant in town. Wow. He is a Michelin 5-star chef.
Whoa.
Wow.
He's a James Beard Award winner. I mean, we are so lucky to have these guys in Austin.
Yeah.
So I love seeking out those places
Yeah.
too.
Have you been to the Sign Bar?
I've been to the Sign Bar and I love. But
It's right
I
next
want there
door.
to be like somewhere like that you go up. I need it to be a little bit more interactive. Okay,
Well,
let me
we
just
need a
let that know.
two-step-
I need to be able to like
Yes.
touch a button and then hear a story
I totally
about
agree.
it. I need to like know what the sign was, why it was important. you know.
Well, you go
What
with
a-
someone
it's
like
me,
us
I'm
and you
history
can
buff.
What a
find that
great
out.
idea. And it needs a platform to two-step because it's perfect. It's a perfect venue for
It's
that.
wonderful.
Yes, yeah.
Has a lot of space.
There's
Yeah.
lots of space.
Yeah, a lot of space. That
Especially
would be a
since
wonderful
it's going to be
two-step
the
place.
official dance
The
of
official
Texas.
dance of Texas.
Yay, I
gonna be so
love
cool.
that.
I'm
And
so
I know
glad
you
that
can
Cindy
do
says
this.
Yeah.
I know
I
it.
do
That's what's
too.
so wonderful
Yeah.
about it.
Well, and can you imagine being a politician and you're getting a phone call from somebody that's like, I'm your constituent and I would like to say something kind and lovely and wonderful and
Right.
positive, and I don't want to just complain to you about all the things I could complain about. Let's do something different.
Do something positive.
Let's do something positive.
Two-step.
Yeah.
Two-step.
But just very quickly, tell me, how was two-stepping in Amsterdam? She just
So,
got back from
This
Amsterdam.
is why sustainability and longevity, this is why these are
family
key
go
words
with you?
right now. That my mom traveled with me, which was wonderful. And we got to see a real live working windmill. Now, these are not the West Texas windmills that we have. These are different windmills. But they are set up in the system, and you make the call to the owner and say, hey, we need a little bit more juice. Go open
wonderful.
up the windmill, go turn it on, and the windmill turns and the water whooshes through. So I got all of that, and then they have come to my dance lesson, and so they brought me there to their friends, and we had their friends all learn.
Oh, how phenomenal.
And I got to dance in wooden shoes. They gave me the wooden.
The wooden
Oh,
claw.
Thank
my-
you. Yes. I, by the way, can't dance in wooden shoes.
You are the greatest
They don't
ambassador.
move.
They don't move.
They don't move. You're like,
But
oh
I
my gosh,
I
can't
tried,
imagine.
Annie. You would have tried too. We all
I
would've
would've tried. I
We
would've
all
tried,
would have tried.
definitely.
And it's just such, my favorite thing about Texas is our culture, and that is our number one export.
Yes.
And so part of doing this is just making sure that we're here in the world. This is what Austin looks
Love it.
like. This is what you get with Austinites.
Yeah.
This is why we're here. This is why we stay here.
Yeah.
We love it. It's feeding us. It gives
Yes.
us happy thoughts. And it's
Yeah, I can't imagine. A lot of my friends have moved just because the environment and in different ways, and I can't imagine moving.
Yeah.
This is
Right.
this is
your
my
joy.
world,
yeah.
and it's still I doubt I'll ever retire. I mean, I enjoy what I do, so why would you
awesome.
retire?
Exactly.
It's not your
Yeah.
work. You do it. This is what you do.
And
yeah.
if you can't fill your world with cool stuff outside your job, find it.
Exactly.
Everywhere. It's everywhere.
Oh, and we're so blessed. There's so
yeah.
much here. Yeah, so much.
Well, I just want to say thank you both. Thank you, Annie Bright. Thank you, of
Thank
course.
you.
You're
Gracias,
so
because
fabulous.
The one
Thank
thing
you, Beth.
the one thing I want to do is quiero hablar español. Necesito. Pero no tiempo estudio de español es el problema. Yeah.
It is.
Necesito viajar
Right.
de Mexico, de Spain. I don't know, but I gotta learn. Yeah. So wish me luck on that.
I love it. Well, we're going to all keep learning. We're
Yeah.
all going to keep our creativity going.
Yes.
Thank you both for being here today.
Adios.
Thank you.
Adios. Yeah, there we go. Adios.
Did you get it?
I'm trying.